there we are, folks. So you would have just seen a little trip to CEX. It was nothing special. However, I did pick up a few bits, and I'll explain the reasons why in a sec. Now, if you remember last week's video, I said I was going to trade in my Metal Gear Solid 4 Collector's Edition, the one I bought off Vinted. I paid 40 quid for it. I was going to trade it in for 94. So that would have been like a £50 profit, £54 profit. But I seen someone had sold it on, listed on Vinted for like 250 quid the day before. So I was on the fence whether to trade in, but I thought, well, while I got this £94 voucher, I can buy some of the games off my wish list. Games I've wanted to play for a long time. They're not anything collectible as such. They're just games I wanted to play. Games I want to try and platinum as well. So I thought, well, it's basically free money. Now would be my chance to buy it. I didn't do that in a sense. So what I did was I decided to list mine on Vinted for £200. Like I said, I was going to undercut the other person, see if I get a quick sale. And then I went to CEX. So I went and bought some games. I did pay cash for them with the aim of I could replace that cash with the money. It's basically what I was going to do with the voucher, but fingers crossed I could get more cash than I would voucher. That was the plan. So I went and bought these games. There's a couple in here. And it kind of worked, you know. I just wanted a quick sale, so people were favoriting it. I was just sending them off for 150, 150, 150 over and over again. I must have had 15, 20 people favourite it in a 24-hour period. I sent everyone the same offer of 150 quid. A guy come back with 120. I went back with 140 and he accepted. So I did sell it for £140. Could I have got more? Probably, if I held out longer. Did I want to hold out longer? Not really. I wasn't that bothered. Like I said, when I originally bought it and put the game with it, if I could get £100 for it, cash, I only paid 40 quid for it. I'm laughing. So I got 140 quid for it. I made £100 cash on that box set, which I think is a good profit margin. I just wanted to get rid of it fast. But before we get into the CEX pickups, I've got a few other bits and bobs here. This is an Amazon pickup. Now this game I didn't know existed on the PS4 until the other day, and it is Final Fantasy Dissidia, however you pronounce it. Now I do own this on the PSP because I wanted every Final Fantasy on the PSP, but being realistic, I'm probably never going to play it on the PSP. I come across it on Vinted. It was like 10 quid, brand new sealed. I thought, well, that's not a bad price. I might put an offer in on that. But then, as I always do, I did a bit of research, and you could actually get it for $9.99 on Amazon, brand new sealed. Amazon's free shipping, and there's no buyer's protection, so it was cheaper to get it from Amazon. So that's what I'd done. I did put it in the group. I was like, I didn't know this was a thing, and I was told it was. So yeah, never knew about that one. I then picked up Jedi Survivor, the Steelbook. I finally got a copy of this. Now, the reason I got this is to fit into this. If you remember, I bought this really cheap because all it had was a placeholder for the Steelbook. Now that can fit in there nice. And I do actually think this is a really nice Steelbook. One issue with this is, though, so this Steelbook seems to be trending at around 25 quid. It's 25 quid. Everyone I've seen is like 25, 30 pound. This one was 20. No, I think this was 25, but they dropped the price to 20. I chucked in a cheeky offer of like 10 quid. I think we settled on like £12, so I'm well happy with that. But the issue is we don't want that. We don't want that. So that can go over there. That's going in the bin. However, I do already own the game. I own the standard version, so I'll put that in the Steelbook, and then we have completed the set. So I think that owes me now about 40 quid, which I think is a pretty good price. It's all working and stuff, if you can see. So yeah, happy with that. And then Another little buy. This is something, it's not rare, it's just uncommon. You don't see it around that often, and when you do, it's expensive. And that is the Resident Evil 4 lenticular cover. Now, I know you can get the Resident Evil 4 Remake one on PS5, dime a dozen. Trying to find the PS4 version is a lot harder. These tend to go for around the 50 quid mark from what I've seen. There was one on some European website I nearly bought a while back. That was like 45 quid, I think. I've seen some people charging up to 70 quid for this. I'm not going to say it's rare. I don't really like the word rare, but it is uncommon. I paid 30 quid for this. This just popped up on Vinted. I think he wanted 35. I offered 30. He accepted. This is a set I still need to finish. I still need all the lenticulars. I have 3. I now have 4. I have Village. There is just 2 and 7 to get. So nice to get this one done. It's in good condition. There is a slight dent on the top there. I'm happy with that for the price. So we need 2 more of those to complete that set. Now, this past week has been quite a special week. You all probably know Metal Gear Delta has been released. Now, I did pre-order it. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition. You get all the pin badges and all that stuff. So what I did, I haven't played this as such, because what I did, I was super happy to have it, but I wanted to sit down and really enjoy it. So I've had a couple of days off work, and I thought I'll wait till my couple of days off work. Kids will be back in school. I can just have a good few hours, no interruptions, and get it played. As the days went by, the little collector brain inside me was thinking, well, it seems a shame to unseal that, doesn't it? And then I saw a copy of the standard version for sale on Vinted. So, what did I do? I bought it. So, I got the standard edition as well. So, this is going to be for me to play. I'm probably going to try and platinum it. And then I'm going to try and keep that one sealed. Mad, I know. But what I could do then, I could sell that one back, sell that on, couldn't I? So within a day of it being released, someone had this on Vinted for 50 quid, which isn't a bad price. I'll either trade it or sell it. But yeah, I've started it. I will do a little review on that game because Metal Gear does mean a lot to me. So I'm not gonna do any spoilers and tell you my thoughts. I'll do like a proper little review kind of video. And this is a eBay purchase. And I'm hoping this is what I think it is. And it is the Horizon Forbidden West big box. Sorry, the dog's after the boxes. He's got a thing for cardboard boxes. So this should be complete. We've got the steelbook, the Aloy on, and the art book, etc. So that is another big tick off the list, because that now allows me to finish this set. Boom! Happy days. So that is that. I don't know if I said in another video, I ordered that off Vinted, and it took an age. So normally shipping on Vinted is what? 5 to 7 days? So the guy posted it, the 5 to 7 days ran out, and then the shipping estimate went on for like... Can you stop, please? I'm trying to film. The shipping estimate went on for like 30 days or something. So I ordered it at the beginning of August, and the beginning of July, and then it said it would it's got up until the 30th of August to come. So I had to wait a full month for it to not turn up before I could even get a refund or put it. it was mental. Took absolute an age. But I didn't want to buy another copy just in case this one turned up, if that makes sense. So I did wait the full 4 or 5 weeks for it. Excuse me. And it didn't come. I didn't think it would come. So I had to order another copy off eBay. So there we are. We have now finished that little subset. And now this is like a little trade from Mark. So shout out to Mark. He's got a YouTube channel. He's got a TikTok channel. He goes by The Aged Enthusiast. So go give him a shout out. So basically, he sent me a message one day. And he was like, Wayne, I've got this steelbook. Would you be interested? I was like, well, I'm always interested in steelbooks. He said, you can have it for free. He said, I've also got this one, and this one, and this one. So I was like, right, okay. If you're happy enough, mate, yeah, that's fine. He said, well, I seen your video as well with The Last Guardian. If you are going to sell that steelbook, let me know when you put it up for sale, and I'll probably have it off you if the price is right. So I basically said, well, I'll tell you what, mate, we'll just do a trade. Rather than you pay for that, I'll send you that. And you send me what you was going to send me. Some of the steelbooks were empty, but he actually said he was going to go and track down, because they're not expensive games. He said he was going to go and track down some games to fill them, because he said he got a game shop near him that like sells loose games and stuff. So that's if I can open it. He's packaged it pretty well. What the hell is that? No idea. That doesn't feel like a steelbook. Right, let's get these scissors. Oh, I nearly cut my thumb off then, ladies and gentlemen. Right, the dog's just going to eat that cardboard box now. Right, so the first one is... Oh, that's pretty nice, actually. WK19. So that's a pretty cool steelbook. I don't own that one. That one doesn't have the game, but we can pick one of them up for cheap, can't we? We have got the Lego games. Now, this one doesn't come with the game anyway, but unfortunately, Mark, I don't know if you can see it over there. I do actually own that one. Over there. So, I'll give you a message, mate. I'll either send you it back, or if you're happy with your blessing, I'll do it as a giveaway on the channel. So I'll give you a shout out for that, mate, and we'll see what you want to do. Because obviously you could probably sell it and earn a couple of quid. Right, I've messed this camera up now, haven't I? Wolfenstein, New Colossus. Nice steelbook again. Like I said, these are cheap games as well, so you can pick the games up pretty easy. And then we have the Avengers. Right, I'm going to have to murder this dog a sec. I'm sorry, folks. But that's cool. I do love my Marvel. Any artwork on the inside? Yeah, you've got a bit of the Hulk. The Hulk is my favourite Marvel character of all time. But I don't know what this is. Feels squidgy. There's a note. Hi Wayne, thanks for the trade. Hope the steel cases are to your liking. Didn't feel right not incorporating one of your favourite gaming franchises, so hope the attach helps. Keep up the good work, bud. Regard, Marks. That is got me thinking now. What could that be? I'll be very careful. It's not for you. You're doing my nut in. Ah, that's sick. That's pretty sick. An umbrella pin badge. I love that. Thank you, Mark. That is sick. I'm going to have to find somewhere to put that now. That is absolutely class. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that, dude. That's pretty cool. Right. Now onto the CX pickups. So, we did get a couple. Oh, I forgot. I got this off Vinted as well. We've got Sleeping Dogs. It's the definitive edition. That's like the book. What's that? Oh, it's just like a... Right, I'm going to have to put this dog out a second, folks. Sorry. Not the best condition. You know, there is... You can see it's starting to rub away. But that was like a £20 game everywhere. I paid £10, so I'm well happy with that. And it's just a game I really want to play. I want to try and maybe platinum. Who knows? It'll take a while. Right. I'm going to put the dog out. Come on. Out. Out. Come on. Go for a wee. Wee wees. Good boy. Good boy. Go for wee wees. Right, we are back. Oh, I picked this one up as well off Maximum Boss from the Discord, so shout out to you, Ian. Metal Gear Solid, the definitive edition. I don't own this, and it was one of them ones. It was on my list to get from CX, and he was like, well, how much is it in CX? I said 15. He was like, well, just buy it off me and mine's sealed. So, done that. I don't necessarily need it, because if you don't know, this is just Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain on the same disc, but I just love the cover art, and it just adds to the collection, doesn't it? The Metal Gear collection. I'll probably never play that, because if I want to play it, I can play the individual games. And it's not one of my favourite Metal Gear games. It just doesn't feel like Metal Gear. I just think because it's open world. You've got Kiefer Sutherland, not bloody David Hayter. Anyway, that's a thing for another story. So my pickups was PS5. I got Returnal. Finally picked up a copy of Returnal. I've heard good things. It's a PlayStation exclusive. I do have it digitally. It was free on the store, so I could play it whenever I want. But I just wanted to have a physical copy. And the same goes for Kena Bridge of Spirits. I have this digitally, but I just wanted to have a physical. Now, pay no attention to these prices. I did notice whilst I was there, some of these prices are wrong. They were cheaper online than in store, but obviously they honoured the online price. So this was 12, I think. So yeah, Kena Bridge of Spirits, or Kena, however you pronounce it. I got Tomb Raider, because believe it or not, I don't own this. I did own it on the PS3, but I sold my PS3 collection, basically, didn't I? So yeah, I needed to get that, and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I already have Rise of the Tomb Raider, so I now have the trilogy on the PS4. These are games I really want to try and play and get through this year. I then got Darksiders, the Warhammered edition. I picked up Darksiders 2 when I was in Weston-super-Mare, so I want to give this franchise a good going. I've heard great things from the Discord, so yeah, hopefully it's going to be good. Apparently it's God of War-esque, so it's got me written all over it. We will give it a good bash. Obviously they've announced Darksiders 4, so it would be fitting to get through the first trilogy now before the fourth one comes out. I then picked up Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. One of the best Final Fantasies ever made. A lot of people say it is. I quite like 9. Maybe if I play through it again, I'll change my mind. I don't know. I've had a debate with a few people. Even the guy serving me it in CX, he was like, oh, this is the best Final Fantasy ever. I was like, I like 9. But we shall see. And then there's an outlier. This wasn't on my list. but I seen it. It's one you don't see very often, so I was like, I'm just going to grab it while it's here, and that is Turnip Boy Commits. Is it Commits? I know it's tax evasion, but yeah, Commits tax evasion. I didn't really know anything about this game. I seen it on the Retro Ghetto channel a few months back. I thought it looked pretty funny. Wasn't something I was going to go out looking for or hunting, but it was there on the shelf. Like, I thought I had voucher or the equivalent of voucher, so why not pick it up, and I'll give that a playthrough. Now, that is a big pickup of games this week. Like, if you look at this, and you think, well, I thought you was calming down and all that. Right, there is reasoning to my madness. I'm going to do something that most collectors don't do. I'm going to play all my games. I'm going to play my backlog. And my idea was that with this was, right, I've got £94. Let's buy the games I really want to play. The problem with me is, there's games I really want to play. They're only cheap. They, like Tomb Raider, for instance, it might be £6. I get that again. I get that again. Because when money's going on, the more expensive stuff, the collector's editions, which I'm probably never going to play, or I'm not going to play for a long time. So I thought I'd change my whatever this time, and I'm going to actually buy games I want to play. And my little thought process, I don't know if this is going to work, mind you all know what I'm like, but my little thought process is, I'm not going to buy any more games for the rest of the year. Obviously, I got some pre-orders. There are some games I'm gonna definitely pick up, like the new Silent Hill, for instance. So I've got pre-order. Any new releases, fair enough. But going backwards to PS4s or PS3s and all that, I'm gonna set myself a goal of not buying any more. The only thing I'll buy is new releases, obviously. I'm not gonna buy any more for the rest of the year, because I have a lot of these games that I still haven't played, and I've got a list on my backlog of what I want to play and what I want to get through. I am getting through it, but I'm buying at a faster rate than what I can get through them. Because obviously it's easier, isn't it? Let's be honest. I just played Mafia, the old country. I just got the platinum. I messed that up terribly. It took me about 35 hours. But 35 hours for me as a gamer who works and as a dad and all that jazz, it's about a week's worth of gaming, maybe just under. So in that week, I'm completing one game, whereas I could have bought 4 games. Do you know what I mean? So the equilibrium is off. So I want to be in a position, because I thought to myself, well, if someone comes in here and sees all these games, they can say, have you played all those? And I'll be like, no. I want to be able to say, yeah. I've played them all. Every single one. Every one of them on the shelf I finished. And I don't think there's a lot of many people who could say that. And granted, I don't have the biggest collection in the world. I have downsized a lot. Like loads. Like I said before, these shelves hold about 50 each, but I've got some front facing, so we're probably averaging 30 a shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 30, 270. Maybe I got 250. I got games over there as well, some upstairs. Maybe I got, I don't know, 350 games. So I don't have the biggest collection, so it is easier for me to do. But I just feel like, do I need to keep buying and buying and buying and buying while I'm not playing what I got? So that is my little plan. We'll see if it works. There's bound to be something I'll see cheap and I want to grab it. But I'm going to try and stay away from vintage and stuff. There is one caveat with it, though. There is one thing that, 2 things I'll probably buy. If I see these lenticulars, I will get them for a reasonable price. I'm watching an RE2 one now. It's reasonably-ish price. So I would like to get those ticked off the list. So then I have all the Resident Evil variants. But other than that, just games, I'm not going to bother, I don't think. But like I said, it remains to be seen. So that is my plan. It would be nice to be able to sit down, look at that and say, I finished all of those games. And then every new game that comes out, I can get it done, knock it off the list, and just keep on top of it. So we will see how that works out. But that was the plan with all those games. I thought, right, I'm going to buy Returnal, I can get that played, I can play the Tomb Raiders, I can play Darksiders, I've got Darksiders 2, and we can just start smashing them off the list. If I'm not buying games, the backlog's not getting bigger, and we can try and try and get them all played. That's the idea of buying them, isn't it? Get them all played. So that is that, folks. That is that for this week. Let me know if you think I had some good pickups, if I had some shit pickups, and I'll see you all on the next video. So take care of yourselves, stay safe, and game on.
Big respect to the gamer, name of Wayne, in his world PlayStation. Wayne's the same and he's got love for the levels, high score or not. But for now, he'll show you why his collection's hot. Wayne's World! Game stay! Play! He game stay! Wayne's World! Play! His realm, y'all! His game haven! Right.